Hello! It's been a couple weeks since I've done an update. I have been just really tired. I've been thinking about it, and it's just not been convenient at the time. And I'm going to do it later, and then I'm in bed going, "Oh shit, I didn't do it." So um, here is the latest update. My lips are really chapped, so if I keep messing with them, it looks really silly, but it is what it is, and I can't help it. And I'm getting this rash. I'm not sure where that's coming from because I haven't had anything new. But look at that, isn't that awful? This is kind of like if you're a woman and have ever been pregnant, you wake up every day and there's something new going on with your body, and that's kind of how I feel. I have all these little. I think I showed you last time these little red dots, and they create lines on my arms and my legs, and that's because I don't have enough platelets. Anyway, I have good news and bad news. So I think I'm going to start with the bad news because I'd rather end with the good news. That way you have woohoo when you leave. So my bad news is my blood is not doing what it's supposed to do per se. It is not producing the cells that is required. So for the last several weeks, I've been going to get transfusions twice a week. I always need platelets. I think one time maybe I didn't, but always need platelets and frequently need to get red blood cells. I'm also getting shots to try to stimulate the production of those cells, but so far it's not really working. Like my numbers went down from Tuesday to today. So I'm hopeful that eventually my body's going to remember what it's supposed to be doing and will just take over. In the meantime, thank you if you donate blood or platelets or plasma or any of that kind of stuff. I never thought it was something I would need unless I had like an emergency. But yeah, and I guess kind of this is an emergency. Anyway, so I have been just crazy tired, which is part of why I haven't done a video. Right now, my biggest issues are shortness of breath, so I can walk from one room to another and just be huffing and puffing like crazy. My legs are really sore, and of course, fatigue. I'm thinking fatigue is going to be my life for the rest of it. But anyway, I saw the doctor today, and he said it's because I'm anemic is probably the reason I'm having so much issues with breathing and my legs hurting and whatnot. So that kind of sucks. But anyway, and then a couple weeks ago, because when you have multiple myeloma, one of the biggest risks is infections. And so I'm on meds for antivirals and antibacterials to take care of that. And I think 2 weeks ago, I had an infusion, I guess it's an infusion, of something called IVIG, which is also something to help my body fight off infections. It made me pretty not feel good, and I slept for like 2 days. But when I talked to the doctor about it today, he said that's pretty normal for the first dosage. So I'm hoping subsequent ones will not take me out for a couple days. Anyway, let's see. So they have a test they do. It's called your light chains. And when you have multiple myeloma, you have usually either lambda or kappa multiple myeloma. Here's how I like to think of it, and if you research it and you find out that I oversimplified it or didn't quite represent it, sorry. This is how my brain processes it. But anyway, your antibodies have little tails, and one's kappa, one's lambda, and because my plasma is trying to trick everybody into thinking it is an antibody, the chains break off. And so I am kappa, I have an excessive amount of kappa light chains in my blood. When I first got diagnosed, I was like over 7,000, and you're supposed to be I can't remember, 16 or something, but it's a huge, huge discrepancy. But now, when I got my last test, I was down to, ready, less than 0.06, and the previous one I'd been at 103. So I'm making huge, hopefully this is working at least for a while, but that's exciting. And then I had a bone marrow biopsy a couple weeks ago. You know, they go in through your back and they take a little piece of your bone and your bone marrow and send it off, and it takes a couple weeks to get your results back, which came in today, or started to come in today, I guess. Anyway, the doctor said he didn't have the full report, but based on what he saw, it was good news. So that's exciting. So those are my good newses, and I already gave you my bad newses. Yep, I can't really think of anything else I need to add. It's kind of, it'll be exciting. In 12 days, I'll get to drive again. My mom has been having to cart me around and then sit at my doctor's appointments until I get done because it's too far, you know, it's silly to drive back and forth and whatnot. And sometimes they last up to 5 or 6 hours. So I feel, you know, I feel bad that she's having to do this, but she doesn't complain much. And I appreciate that, except for the fact she doesn't like to drive, and I get to hear that a lot. But 12 days, I get to start driving again. They don't let you drive for 8 weeks after the CAR-T procedure because there's still the possibility you could have a seizure, and, you know, that could be deadly. So they make you not drive for 8 weeks. My 8 weeks is up in 12 days, and I cannot wait because it's really hard to not be able to go when you want to go. With that said, I am going to let you go. I hope you are having a beautiful summer and you're taking advantage of all the warm weather. Here in St. Louis, it has been hot and humid and nasty, so being sick hasn't been too bad because I have to stay inside. But anyway, I hope you are enjoying all that summer offers, and I'm asking that God blesses each and every one of you more than you even can imagine. So, with that, until next time, bye.